Hey y'all, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Hey Shaka Kane Black. Child, it's been a while, right? Let me know if y'all can hear you, girl. It has been a while, honey. And I got questions. Okay, well, I really have one question, right? So I kind of was in and out last week. I think the last time I came on was maybe last Tuesday, maybe Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But anyway, I had been in and out, listening in or whatever from the skies. Didn't hear anything that I really want to talk about. Hey Sandra, how you doing, girl? Didn't hear anything that I want to talk about. Some of the things that I heard were kind of disturbing. I didn't want that energy in my spirit, so I was like, sure, I didn't. I even clicked off a couple of times, right? A couple of times I clicked on to see what was going on in the sector. Hey, Rain, slowly, and a couple of chats that I clicked on, and every time, y'all, almost every time I clicked on somebody else's panel, I heard Pissy Pizarro over there screaming to the top of her lungs, like her life depended on it. I'm like, child, is she okay? I'm like, oh my God. Oh, talking about begging for relevance around here. I'm like, oh my God. If YouTube ended today, what would she do? So I found that interesting. Child, and also I had to take a break because y'all know I don't like this stuff in my energy, and I didn't appreciate having to gather somebody. You know what I mean? Because it was being extra. I didn't appreciate that. It ain't that deep around here for me. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. And so I was in and out of the sector. Didn't really have anything extra going on at all. Just day to day life. Just didn't want to, have no conversation about, some of the disturbing things that I was hearing, right? So, but I got a question right now. I'm sure there's a lot that I missed, but but now I heard possibly. Oh, and also, I peeked in on oh, what's his name? I peeked in on Shakim's little Halloween costume thingy. That looked cute. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing wrong with that. I thought that was pretty cool. Plus, oh, and then I picked on one of Nessa's lives after that, and Ness was on there, and she was giving her props to, was it Tony Montana? And she was saying how cute she looked. And then once again, Pissy Bizarro was up there hating her butt off. And I'm like, girl, we know you ugly. You are a hater, honey. And you let your hate, you can't stand for nobody to get a compliment, especially if they look better than you. So it's telling us that you're eternally a ugly duckling, okay? Because you're a hater. All right. So I was like, ooh, child, did she realize how she sound? So anyway, I heard that for a little minute, clicked off of there. Really don't know what happened this weekend. Cause I know I don't even do the internet on the weekend. I try not to, unless I'm in my I've been in my political zone. Y'all know how that go, right? But anyway, I heard something was going on this week. And what I want, and the question that I have, and maybe you guys can help me, right? Oh, please hit the like button, by the way. Please hit the like button if you don't mind. Please share the video if you care. Because honey, I'm absolutely out of the algorithm, and it is what it is, right? So the question that I got, and maybe y'all can help me with it, is Brian actually going to vacation? I seen a little, a shot of him in a hotel room. I think it said he was in a Motel 6 or something. And I'm assuming, and then I saw another shot of him like on the road again. Just can't wait to get on that road again. And so y'all might not know about that country so, but you don't take no blackness away from me. Don't take my black card away, but I like country music, okay? I live in the South, for God's sakes. But anyway, seen him driving. So I'm thinking, did he drive to Seattle? Like, how long does it take you to drive from Seattle, from Texas to Seattle? It's like across country, right? And I'm like, really? That's a lot. Um, that's right, Chad Willie. You can't beat that Willie, can you, Florida? Chad or F. Batty. I'm sorry. Y'all know I ain't good with these things on here be killing me, right? I just can't wait to get on the road again. Hey, hey, hey. You don't believe he is raised slowly? I kinda don't either. I'm not gonna lie. The life I love is making music with my friends. Now y'all got me in my country music bag, okay? And I ain't talking about the Beyonce version of country music either. So Ray Slowly said, I don't believe he is. Ray Slowly, I don't know, but it would be very entertaining if he was. And I guess in a couple of days we'll find out, right? So is everybody supposed to be touching down already? You know what I mean? That's another question that I had. Hey, Jill's comfort zone. Right, it's been a hey Miss Creole, how you doing, love? How you doing? Miss Creole, do you think that Brian does anybody know how to get in touch with Brian? Do you think that Brian is in Seattle or not? And did he actually drive cross country for a couple of days of vacation? Those are the questions that I have, right? And so, like I said, I have been hearing a lot of the other stuff. It was too deep for me, but this is on the lighter side, and I figured I was like, oh, okay, I'll come on and ask that question. You know what I mean? Oh, and also, uh, something cute that I saw was I saw a cup. I love Willie Nelson too, Rain Slowly. I do. I really do. I love old country music and old country music artists. You know what I mean? And so and Willie is one of them. I like Willie. Of course, I like Dolly Parton. I like Patsy Cline. I like a whole lot of them. Okay. So anyway, like I said, don't take my black card away from me, honey. My granddaddy got me started on country music. All right. But anyway, I want to know is Brian there, and I want to know if you guys think that he's there. And the reason why, at first, I was like, Brian, don't go. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to affect his mentals or something like that. But then I got to thinking, hey, if Brian actually does go, wouldn't this be the first time that he would be meeting Honest Rowe? Right. And speaking of Honest Rowe, um, uh, so what happened when he met Jay Wilson? I heard he was fangirling. Oh, I love me some Reba too, child. Yes, I do. I love Leanne Rhymes. I love me some Reba, child. A lot of them, right? And so, like I said, I got to thinking. First, I was like, "Don't go, Brian." Then I was like, "Well, this would be the first time he would actually meet like Honest Rowe, like." And so I know that Honest Rowe went and met with Jay Wilson when he went on his the homecoming thing for his school, right? And so I didn't see uh him and Honest Rose interaction, but I did see about 2 minutes of him walking along, while he was on his, alumnication. I didn't see Roe dancing. I heard it was quite a sight to see. Like I said, I was in and out, but I didn't stay any amount of time. But I heard it was quite the sight to see. Yes, I did. Ooh, yeah. And yeah, like I said, I saw a little bit of Jay Wilson's. I thought that was, that he presented well. Of course, he always does. There are a couple of people that in an alternate world, that I would go see. I would have a meet and greet with them or whatever. Jay Wilson, honestly, is one of them. And the reason why I say that is because Jay Wilson, I don't think that he would, like be overly embarrassed. I think that he would be a cool person to me. Hey, just trolling, cool, just chill. Jay Wilson, I would meet him in an alternate reality. I would absolutely meet Sean Bradley in an alternate reality because I feel like Sean Bradley is an awesome host. You know what I mean? Of course, Treasure Lane, James Caldwell. I would meet him in an alternate reality. You know what I mean? DKL, I would meet him in an alternate reality. I think these people are great hosts, honestly, and they're absolutely adults, and they know how to conduct themselves. Somebody that you guys think I probably wouldn't meet, but I would be in an alternate reality, I would absolutely meet with them, and that's Kwani. I have always said that about Q Squad. Okay, I would absolutely meet Kwani because Kwani will be having me dying laughing. Okay, I would absolutely meet Kwani in an alternate reality. Yes, I would. Okay. Who else? I don't know. I don't know. I would meet Brianna in an alternate reality. Hey, Sugar T, how you doing? Hey, Mimi. Yes, I would meet Kwani. I would absolutely meet Kwani in an alternate reality. Yes, I would. Absolutely. I would meet Lady Nika in an alternate reality. Yes, I would. Absolutely. Absolutely. I sure would. Uh, what was that? Y'all made me forget what I was gonna say. Shoot, I forgot. But anyway, there are a couple of people that in an alternate reality. I would absolutely meet them in person because I think that they would present well. You know what I mean? No, absolutely not a Sir King. No, not my thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. James Coway. Absolutely, absolutely. I would absolutely meet him. Right. And one thing I will say that I would love to meet Sean Bradley in an alternate reality is because just like Kwani, Sean Bradley will have me cracking up too. I think because I think that Sean Bradley is classy, shady. Okay, in an alternate reality, I really think that we would get along. Okay, because baby, honey, if y'all only knew, right? So those are a few people that in an alternate reality I would love to meet. I would meet Miss Creole. Not even so much an alternate reality, just in general. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about you. Oh, you thinking about going on the cruise, Miss Creole? That is awesome. Oh my God, right? Thinking of cruises, isn't that horrible? What's supposed to befall Jamaica? Oh, that hurricane, what is it, Hurricane Melissa or whatever? Y'all pray for the people in Jamaica that are not able to get out. And hopefully they would, oh my God, Honey, this climate control ain't no joke, all right? And so, yeah, absolutely, Miss Creel. In Kentucky, girl, yes, Lord. We would have to be the Kentucky Derby child. Okay, so I could wear me one of them hats, baby, and one of them outfits. That's my thing. I love clothes, okay? I would love, I would like, I would like to meet. I guess meet Lady Nika, Sean Bradley James. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think KRN would be. Well, he's a little young for me, and I wouldn't mind. I mean, I think he's classy, shady too. I would love to meet him with one of my nieces. You know, I mean, younger one of my. I got a lot of a clan in my family that's probably close to his age, and I would love to see them interact together. You know what I mean? But absolutely, you know what I mean? Yeah, with some of the young people in my family, and so absolutely. Mm-hmm. Hey, TT speaks. How you doing? Hey, Tisa. I would be Tisa. You know what I mean? How about ODS or Sassy? Um, I mean, like, I don't know if we would jail real together. Hey, Dr. Soapy, I don't know if a Sassy or a ODS would gel well together with me. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I don't know, but like I said, Sean Bradley, absolutely, Kwani, James Caldwell, DKL, that's more my speed. Those people like that, and so yeah, but y'all please hit the like button. And so, but what I want to know, Dr. Soapy, is if and congratulations on you getting through medical school, Dr. Soapy. Hey, True Black Cheetah, how you doing? Uh, do you guys think that Brian is in Seattle? That is the question. That is the question that I wanted to ask. Okay. Now, Brian promised to come over and talk to me the last time I was online. A lot has happened since then. Like I said, I've seen a couple of shorts of his. I think he is teasing the people. I don't know, but it would be interesting. Like I said, if he were to meet Honest Roll for the first time, I think that would be interesting. You know what I mean? I think that this trip, the Nestcation, if you call it, has the potential of being very interesting. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hope. Yeah, I was well, True Black. I haven't been doing anything special. I just hadn't been hitting the live button. You know what I mean? And cause I know I have to guard my energy, child. You know what I mean? Oh, you welcome, Doctor Soapy. I would love to go on that cruise. Rain slowly. I bet, cause Treasure is the host. I bet it will be a wonderful time. Absolutely. I bet they're gonna have absolute wonderful time. Cause I bet Treasure is a excellent host. And so yeah, absolutely. But anyway, as far as this case goes, it has the potential to be very interesting. The potential, right? So we don't know if there'll be a follow through, but it has the potential of being very interesting, and everything. I was listening to a little bit of, and I don't know what happened, right? But I was listening to YTC a little bit of it, as much as I can handle, child, this morning. And thank you, Dr. Sophie. And she was cussing out somebody about something. And I think it was involving Ken Nola. And I'm like, what in the world? I don't know what was going on with that. But honey, she was in her bag. She was saying y'all act like crabs in a battle and y'all do this and y'all do that. And I'm thinking, girl, no, you mean we, right? Because you over here too, right? Like, why are you setting yourself apart? But child, it is what it is. I'm like, you over here too. You be in a mess 5 or 6 hours a day. What you mean, y'all? Do you mean we? Do you are you misspeaking? And you mean we, right? Okay. And you be on like all day, every day, right? All morning, every day. So you mean we, right? So I found that interesting, right? Oh, I got 30 likes. Thank you, Dr. Sophie. I found that interesting. I didn't stick around to see what all the hoopla was, cause who cares? You know what I mean? And just like I didn't stick around to see the hoopla about why Pizarro was all in her feelings. Like I said, every time I clicked on and she was on the panel, she was hollering and screaming. I was like, oh, is she okay? Child, ain't nobody trying to go on, just go there with that chat. And you know what? You know what? Speaking of people that I would meet, in an alternate reality, in person. Oh, when I said I would meet Brianna in person. The reason why I would meet Brianna in person, I would, meet her with, some of my younger nieces or whatever, and because I think that she would know how to conduct herself. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? And but I don't think that Brianna and Pizarro would ever her and Shaq. Yeah, I heard they fell out, and I'm like, that's just jealousy. She jealous of Shaquem, but what's new? You know what I mean? And but did you guys think that her and Pizarro could ever really actually like meet and like have dinner or something? I'm like, how would that look? You know what I mean? Because the girls sound dusty on the screen, and I'm talking about Pizarro, and she's so ghetto and so loud and so uncouth. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god. And then she talked with food in her mouth. That's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. And it seemed like the roof of her mouth is extra deep, and stuff gets stuck up in her. I'm like whole half of pieces of the sandwich or something like that. And I'm like, I don't see her and Brianna going to, a steakhouse or something like that, together. Honestly, and would she be dusty? Like, how would that look? Mm. She is a bottom feeder, absolutely. She tried to stay relevant so bad. She act like if YouTube was a closed down today, like I said, her world would come to an end. You know what I mean? And so I don't think that they would ever actually like jail. You know what I mean? Hey, Miss Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what is it saying? They used to say all the time, your vibe attracts your tribe or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, like, So like I said, I would meet a Brianna or a KRN or something like that with like my nieces or my nephews or whatever, right? But that Pizarro, I'm like, uh. My nieces will be looking at her like, girl, what have you done? Like, why are we here? Like, can anybody see us? But anyway, let me stop being messy. I just started thinking about that because, like I said, I was thinking about the overarching question, which was, is Brian actually in Seattle? Okay, that would be interesting. I'm going to let you do the updates, child. I'm behind. Oh, there really are no. Oh, you talking about Dr. Sophie? I'm just talking in general, Miss Creole, because child. Oh, and Miss Creole. I think the last video that I did or the one before that, I hit the panel, right? And somebody put a message under the video and said that I was over talking you, and I'm sorry. If you felt like I was over talking you, you know what I mean? And so let me apologize for that. If you, I don't even know what we was talking about no more, child. I don't have any idea, but I apologize if I was over talking you, But we all know that sometimes, honey, when it come up, it come out. That's the way I move, right? And so I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even realize that. You know what I mean? And I was like, Lord have mercy, child. And what else did I see? Uh, oh, I tried to watch Hey C Mac TV. I tried to watch a little bit of the binary thing this morning. Thank you, Miss Creole, because like I said, I apologize if somebody thought that. As long as you didn't think it, thank you. You know what I mean? Because that was absolutely not my intention. You know what I mean? And so, uh, what was I saying? Oh, I tried to listen to that binary this morning, and I listened to 2 or 3 minutes of that. I couldn't really get into it because he was talking about, of course, the Umar sector, and he was talking about that Stephen guy and him not having any black identity or whatever the hell he was talking about. He didn't know himself and or something the hell he was talking about. And I'm thinking, are you talking about yourself as well? I found it interesting. Oh, absolutely, I would meet Deanna. Did I not say Deanna? I absolutely would meet Deanna, honey. Oh yes. Oh yes, absolutely. Mhm. I absolutely will meet Deanna Irvin in a heartbeat, no problem, no questions asked. Absolutely. Mhm. Mhm. That would kind of be like my dream get together, right? Even though all the people don't get along, my dream cation would be Deanna, Kwani, Sean Bradley, like I said, Treasure Lane. Even though some folks don't get along, DKL, Jay Wilson, like the whole old B sector crew almost. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but you know, uh, those are the ones. And so that would be my dream get together or whatever, right? And so yeah, and everybody getting along, of course. And so yeah, that would be like my dream get together. Yeah, and I really do think that everybody. And I can't forget Five Babe because she would be a hoot too. I'll absolutely meet her. Because it seems like she's a fun girl, and I like fun people. Like I like to sit back and kiki, right? And so yeah, and then I don't like people that are not comfortable with themselves. You know what I mean? And so yeah, absolutely, Doctor. So everybody is appreciated over here. Okay, absolutely. Thank you, Doctor Sophie. Rain slowly said, "Binary is a hot, boring mess." I bet that thinks he's better. A child. Look, let me tell you something. Why does he talk so slow? Like, and he goes on and on and on. And I'm like, can you please get to the point? And like, don't nobody care what happened in that Umar sector. Don't nobody care what happened in the past. Don't know. We don't care. Okay. And as far as the Stephen guy goes, I don't know what his end game is, but like once again, who cares? And then I think that they feel a way about Shaquem, and him being able to assimilate pretty good over here, in the beef sector, and I think they feel a way about it. And so, but that's on them. And so that's what I think about that guy. I think that he talks too slow. Sometimes he makes sense, but it takes him forever to get it out. Okay. Yes, I know he doesn't like black women, honey. He don't like himself, and I'm glad you brought that back around, Miss Creole, because he was talking about Stephen and not liking himself as a black person, and he got his N-word wake up call, and all of this and all that. And I'm thinking, are you speaking about yourself as well? Because we know that he is also a part of the He-Man Black Woman Haters crew. It is evident. I think he tries to hide it, but it comes out. You can't really hide it. And really, I'm thinking like you really hate yourself. And so I'm not impressed. I think that about a couple of them around here. Okay. Since I'm from Tennessee, I love to meet Miss O. Oh, thank you, Indiana. We have a hoot, and I'm 51, so I know I'd fit in. I heard that, TT. You from Tennessee, girl? Okay, okay. And we would probably be vibing. Okay, child. All right. Mm-mm. Now, one person that I would not meet, that's from Tennessee, is the Miss O, because baby, nope. Yeah, he been black woman haters. That's what I call him. Dr. Soapy. Mm-hmm. He don't like black men. He don't like himself. He don't like himself, Rain slowly. So you're absolutely right. He don't like himself. He was saying that about Stephanie. And I'm thinking, well, what about you? Child. That's what I call him, Dr. Soapy. He been black woman haters, child. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff online, and I think that black love is reviving itself, y'all. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of black love going on between black men and women. I'm like, okay, maybe they're finally coming out the fog now. You know what I mean? Born and bred. I know that's right, TT Speaks. Born and bred, right? Yeah, y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video if you care, right? And so, uh, yeah, like I said, I've been trying to pay attention, but sometimes people they want so desperately to bring their drama into another sector, and they want their drama to be highlighted that they can't move on, right, Miss Creole? I've been seeing a lot of young, black couples online. I'm like, oh my God, that is so sweet. I was watching one couple's wedding, and they're young. They have a child. I think the girl's name is. I think she's like some kind of independent rapper or something like that, and they had the wedding posted online. It was so pretty. The girl's name was like Mondello or something. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but it was so sweet. I was like, child, mm-mm-mm. We'd all have a blast together. I think that we would, TT, probably, child. You know what I mean? So yeah. Believe it or not, I really am a pretty cool person. Like honestly. I just am who I am, and so yeah. Uh yeah, I think the girl's name was Mondello or something like that. I could have her on, but like I said, I watched the wedding, the part that they had posted. It was so sweet. I said, look at Black Love. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I seen Megan Thee Stallion, got her a boyfriend. Seems like, he's treating her well. Maybe she's, starting to love herself more. And when you start to love yourself more, you don't fool around with these worthless niggas. Okay. And you start trying to find you something real. You know what I mean? You try to find you an adult, an actual man. Right. And so I've been seeing her with that Clay Thompson basketball player guy. I think that they're a nice fit from what I've seen so far. She is a beautiful woman to me as well, Sandra. You know what I mean? And it seems like they're really thank you, Simply Me. Happy Tuesday to you as well. It seems like they're really smitten with each other. And I was like, okay, all right, okay, Megan, okay, girl. Okay. So I'm wishing the best for her. And what else celebrity? Um, I don't know, but it's been a couple of them, right? And so, like I said, I'm happy to see black love alive and well. Maybe black men are coming out of the fog of that manosphere, red pill, black pill, whatever pill fog. Maybe they're coming out of that. I don't know. I think that there has been. I think that because of the algorithm, because of the internet, some people really are antisocial and they don't know how to socialize. And because they don't know how to socialize, I fear that it stresses a lot of men out. They don't know how to present themselves, and they start doing crazy, very dangerous things, especially to women. And that's unfortunate. That is a scary situation. So women, you really have to protect yourself. You know, and I don't, it's just because I've seen a couple of things in the news that have been very, very scary to me concerning domestic violence and black women and black men, and it don't make no sense. Hey, Miss Queenie Hill, right now, getting to listen and drive. Okay, it's a busy, rainy day. Child, that rain is coming from that hurricane. What is her name, Melissa or something like that? Because it's really dreary here today. I'm sure we'll be getting some of that rain too. But I'm really scared for those people in Jamaica, and I hope they really batten down the hatches and be safe if they and get as far away, from the landfall, the hurricane spot, the landfall, as they can. Cause oh my goodness, Yeah, Melissa, right? That's the name, right? And like really afraid for them, and so I don't wish that kind of bad weather on anybody. Lord have mercy. That is crazy. I even think we're gonna have a bad winter here. Uh, this year where I live, I have been already tempted to cut on my gas. I don't cut on my gas until November in this house, and I'm sticking to it. But I have been running my electric bill up with the dang on space heaters. Okay, it's dreary there too. Also, see, oh, Sierra and Russell, yeah, they still going strong. It's so true. And I don't know quite know what to think about Rihanna and yeah, they said it's a Cat 5 and uh what's his name? ASAP Rocky. But honey, she done made her little family. Rihanna gonna be all right regardless, okay? But it seems like they doing okay right now. And I think Rihanna want her some babies and she got her some babies. Okay, out of that man, and now she got her a girl. And I say go Rihanna, and I think she wasn't gonna stop till she got her a girl, right? And so it's Drury and GA as well, Dr. Soapy. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Mm-mm. Dr. Soapy, I got peoples in Georgia. Child, they done migrated on me, okay? One's going to school, one left Tennessee, to pursue his career. And my angel um owns a hair salon. My baby from another mother owns a hair salon. She's doing well. I'm having a her and my older nephew to keep my nephew, the one in school, in check. And so yeah, because I don't want him to feel like he's without anybody. I told y'all last week about him going to our hair salon. He was getting upset with his friends because my niece from another mother is a trans woman. And that's why people, they call me homophobic and they don't know anything about my life. You know what I mean? And we took Anaya in way before she but way before she had surgery or anything like that. And she has been with us ever since. And they are very protective of Anaya, and because that's their auntie and they ain't having it no other way, okay? And so yeah. So I got that baby down there. And so I got three of them down there now, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, but it's not, it's just a hop and a skip away, from where I am. So that's good. That's good. We can get to them when we need to, you know. And so yeah, cause I'm a mama bear, honey. I'm a mama bear to my babies, okay? And my husband is a papa bear, all right? Anything they need, we got it. If it ain't nothing but an ear to call and talk to, we got it. Okay, you need us to come down there, we got you. Okay, that's the way it run around here. But anyway, good or bad or indifferent, child. Okay, good or bad or indifferent. I'm just saying, it's just how it is. But as far as anything else, child, too many plays and lies. Hey, how you doing? Too many plays and lies. But like I said, as far as me, they cute too. I think I think Chris for her. Who you talking about, Rain Slowly? Are you talking about my babies or Sierra and Russell? Yeah, they all cute together. Absolutely. Oh, I think he loves her. He loves Sierra. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean. And so yeah, and Clay Thompson, he seemed like he's smitten with Megan Child. I seen a couple of videos. He was like, ever since I've been in love, my game done got better. He talked about his little golf game or whatever, and I'm like, okay, okay, she done cooked for the man. I'm like, go Stallion. And I was like, oh Lord, I hope they don't be, I hope she don't do too much. You know what I mean? Just chill. But they are in very they are young and they are very popular and stuff happens. And so yeah. But other than that, y'all, now we can talk to now of course I'm so sick of the politics, you know. and I'm sick of talking about them. I even needed a break, y'all, from politics, okay? Because every time I turn on the news or whether it be online or offline, it's something dreary, it's something horrible, and you got people, you got the president of this United States of America making fun of people that are going to be food insecure because they playing chicken with the Democrats when it comes to health care. And I think that is so horrible and cruel. So if they don't if the Democrats won't sign off on them, pretty much getting rid of hundreds of thousands of people's health care, then they gotta starve. I'm like, oh my God, that is horrible, right? And so that is just so disgusting to me. I just feel just the whole thing is just crazy. And once they go so far, there ain't no coming back from it. And that's also I remember one time the now president called Africa. He said it was a shithole country, right? Excuse my French. He's trying to turn this country into a shithole country. All right. And it's absolutely deplorable. Nobody is it's just horrible. He's a criminal, and it's just but I just had to stop talking about it. I just had to stop. I needed a break from that too, because I don't need that in my spirit either, child. Okay. But the Almighty will work it out. Like I know there is a God, and I know that He will work it out. And as far as black people know how to survive. It is in our DNA. And I think that we gonna. Let me tell y'all what I've been listening to. Lord, I've been seeing a couple of videos. Y'all know I don't have no TikTok or nothing, right? I can't do too many of these sites or whatever, right? So, but on YouTube they be showing the TikTok videos and stuff, right? Yeah, 30K people laid out from Amazon. I heard that too. I heard that this morning. And Target as well. Oh wow. Well, Target brought about their own demise. Okay, child. Yes, he will. To many places, he'll work it out. What was I going to say? But yeah, Doctor Soapy. Yeah, I seen that on the news this morning about the 30K people that were going to be laid off from Amazon. And so yeah, that's horrible, horrible. And what about all the black women that have been ousted from their positions, their careers and stuff, all based on racism and hate? It's horrible. Horrible. I don't know how you let evil thrive like that. I just simply do not yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But as I was saying, black people know how to make it. It's in our DNA. And every time I hear an interview about the SNAP benefits, they got black people on there talking about SNAP benefits, and but overall there are more non-black people needing these benefits as well. But I don't even know why they're trying to make black people the poster child for needing SNAP benefits or whatever. And what about his own base? You know what I mean? That's why we need to buy right now. You got that right, Miss Creole. Yeah, 300K black women. Yeah, good afternoon. Trials and tribulations. Yeah, we're absolutely living in trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? What's that song? Have y'all heard that song, that gospel song? Because I'm still, what is the name of it? I'm still holding on through my trials and tribulations. I'm still holding on to His hand. And like I said, hard times are not anything new to black people. Some black people may have forgotten, you know what I mean, especially younger black people because they've never lived their life. But I think that their survival instinct will kick in, and is that yeah, they're trying to make us look bad on person, like the only people we're starving out is black people. That is not true, because black people gonna be all right. I gave statistics on my live yesterday, who on SNAP benefits, and the leading people. Yeah, the non-black people, the Anglos, you know, are they benefit from these programs more than black people. So But that's why they love to do those interviews though, and put black people front and center. When that is not the case. And so yeah, we know how to survive, right, Sandra? And so, like I said, I think that their survival instincts will kick in, and I think they're gonna be all right. Because you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, and we have become, it's in our DNA to do what we gotta do to survive. Okay. You think you heard crazy things? There's always something crazier, right? I agree with that. There's always something crazier. And I think that sometimes I get so disinterested or uninterested when it comes to the beef sector in particular. I don't mind a good little kiki, but sometimes some things are so as it pertains to this country, the actual our core reality. Some things are so pressing that are going on right now to where I'm thinking y'all worried about the wrong thing. You know what I mean? When I buy food on sale, I share with my parents and say, I know that's right, Sandra. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. You got to travel around for a deal sometime, okay? When I go grocery shopping, you best believe it's not from just one store, okay? And I'm sitting down and I'm doing my research, all right? Okay. Trust and believe. Mm-mm. Yes, ma'am. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen here in something. I'm trying to decide. My vote in the oh, you got a mayoral campaign coming up? Oh wow. Mm-mm. I seen on the news where there's this 92-year-old president, and he's had like 8 terms. He's from is it Senegal or someone like not Senegal. Anyway, he's 92 years old. It's from Cameroon, and he's been elected 8 times, and he's from Cameroon, right? He's 92 years old, and I'm thinking, well, is the current president wanting to follow that pattern? I mean, is that what he's going for? And I was looking at the View today, and a guy on there, he wrote a book about, I can't think of his name. He wrote a book about Trump, and they asked him, well, do you think he's really wanting to run, for the 2028, presidential election? He's like, no, I don't think he doing it. I don't think that. I'm thinking, are you naive? This man think he a king, he ain't planning on going nowhere. Like, what do you mean you don't think he gonna do that? Are you okay? I was like, child, see, that's what I be talking about. Snap, Section 8, bankruptcy, uh, LOA, child, was created by white folks for white folks. We were the byproducts. You're right about that, Dr. Sobe. That's why I say we are. We know it is in our DNA to make it. And I think that especially younger generations have forgotten. But I believe when push come to shove, you know, it's in our DNA, and we're gonna be all right. These people, they're gonna be all right. Y'all melanated people will be all right. You know, I saw that. I think he served 7 or 8. Yeah, it said 92. Yeah, they said he's been elected to his 8th term. And he's 92 years old. I was like, wow, okay. Oh, okay. It was very interesting. I was like, well, all right. I guess they satisfied with what they got going on over there. Good for them. Good for them. But that ain't our issue over here. You know what I mean? And it tripped me out. Everybody was trying to push Biden out, because of his health care situation, his age, and all of this and all of that. And now you got the sitting president that clearly's got some kind of sundowner's disease, dementia, early set. Ain't no telling what that man got going on. But baby, anytime you start turning down the east wing of the White House to build a ballroom, like you actually tore down a whole wing of the White House. Like you brought the bulldozer in, like you really did that. And nobody told them not to. I'm like, oh my God. What did the Historical Society have to say about that? I mean, you got all of that kind of stupid stuff going on. You got him more worried about winning a Nobel Peace Prize. How you gonna win a Nobel Peace Prize? When you trying to take people off health care and people out, and you're making them food insecure. You're taking them out benefits and stuff. Like what? What? I mean, but you want to win a Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah, a very dangerous man, and he has no shame. Absolutely, it's just ridiculous to me. Hey, Josh Store. She said, well, it was reported Trump had did an MRI. Trump recently told reporters, ask the doctors, but they keep it. Of course, they're going to keep it quiet. Of course, they're going to say he's in excellent condition. I heard him talk about Jasmine Crockett has got low IQ, and Jasmine Crockett couldn't do as well as he did when he had his cognitive test because she got a low IQ and all of this her and all of that there. I said, if he don't go sit his backwards ass down somewhere, I ain't never heard nothing like it in my life. Just so disruptive, just so horrible. I just like I can't. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, I need a break from that too, child. I don't need this stuff in my energy. Okay. So it's unfortunate. But once you go so far in this country, like I said, there ain't no turning around. It ain't no going back. And I don't even understand why his supporters in particular, okay? Which most of his supporters are, everyday people, you know, and a lot of them rely on these types of benefits like healthcare and food assistance and housing assistance. A lot of his supporters, a lot of his base, and why are they not out marching every day, protesting every day, about something that he's doing? Oh, and with that train of thought, I've been seeing some TikTok, YouTube is messy, but I've been seeing TikTok videos where Anglos, white people have been saying, well, I miss black people. I saw this one video of this Anglo little girl talking about something. She moved to some small town in California or something for work or something. And she misses black people. She misses the culture. She misses the energy and all of this and all of that. I'm like, girl, hush, right? It's just really unfortunate. Like if you say if they are so intimidated by us melanated people, which they are, uh, why are you still bothered with us? Let me give you an example, right? So it's this guy. They don't want him removed. They want one of these everyday people. You got that right, Doc. They got a whole plan, Dr. Soapy. They got a whole plan. So yeah, we on the same level when it comes to that. Absolutely. They got a whole plan, child. Okay. They let him do his level best up there for a reason. Okay, his own people. All right. So yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. And so, let me give you an example. So I don't know this man's name. I forgot his name, but I seen a video. Or it was a newscast or something. It was a report on TV or something, right? Well, this guy, he's a black man, and he wanted to start a all melanated town somewhere in Texas, right? And they were like, it'll never happen because of this, that, and the other, and all of this and all of that there. And I'm thinking, well, why do y'all have such a problem with him wanting to build an all melanated town, and we still have all white, towns in this country right now? We even have sundown towns, right? There's a place in Tennessee, and who is it? TT Speak. She may know about it. Heritage, Tennessee, right? Heritage, Tennessee has no black people in Heritage County, Tennessee, right? There are no black people that live there. All right. And it is a sundown town. No black people live in this whole town. None. To this day, it's 2025. Heritage, Tennessee. No black people live there. Okay. So, but you want to make it hard. And now, see, and then was it Roland Martin talking about? It might have been Roland Martin. And I agree with Roland Martin when he said that if you want to undergo, something like this, why would you tell people ahead of time? Why wouldn't you get all the permits that you needed together? All the infrastructure that you need, all of that set up, before you start announcing who you want it to be there, right? Because you don't never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, right? Because for all they know, had he not said something, he just could have been building, you know, his little own, community, his little own, his little old, what do you call it? His little, a suburb, right? you know, because we got a lot of suburbs, you know, nice homes and whatnot. You know, you building this up to, for your real estate business, right? And so I don't know why he wanted to make that announcement before he got the infrastructure set up. So I thought it was a mistake, but because he didn't, um, because he announced it ahead of time, it's not gonna come to fruition because they're gonna block him in every path, and they got the nerve to be talking about he it's something the fair housing and all of this and all that. But I'm thinking you ain't saying that when you got the what about these all white towns? What about these sundown towns? You know what I mean? And I just felt like he shouldn't have, just announced it till it was set up. It's a wonderful idea, that he proposed, but now they're going to stop him, and everyone like this not going to come to fruition now because you spoke about it in ahead of time. Like, why would you do that? That was just crazy for me. So yeah, it was crazy. But we're gonna have to see what happens. We don't know what to share. Right, what to share and what not to share. You should have shared it in ahead of time. You didn't even have to share it. You just could have made it happen. Like I said, get all the infrastructure, build up the homes, and all of that, built up ahead of time. And just like you got these all white towns, which are by design, by the way, you could have created that melanated town. You know who to, you pick and choose who to let in the community, you know. And that's all he had to do. And like I said, I think it was a wonderful idea. He just shouldn't have announced it ahead of time. And so, because he announced it ahead of time, I have to think, well, was he serious about the situation? Like, did he just want something to talk about? Like, what I mean, I was confused by that. Excuse me. I was really confused by that. Didn't make sense to me. Why would you announce something like that ahead of time? You know. And then on the other hand, if you want to be rid of melanated people, why you want to let them just go their own way? Why? But we've seen time and time again. History has shown us that when we ever try to do something like that, like Black Wall Street, and many other black towns, under Reconstruction and Jim Crow and those sort of things, that they bombed Black Wall Street. You know what I mean? And we know what they did to several other, black towns and communities in this country, especially during the Red Summer of, I think, 1919. We've seen this time and time again. So they don't want to be bothered with you, but they don't want you to go away from them either. Like, make it make sense. And do you know what that is? That is a sense of entitlement. They feel like for some reason they are entitled to you. Okay, melanated people. They feel like they are entitled to you. Okay? That is some sick ish. That is a very sick mentality when you think about it, right? I love even to this day to listen because it's very forward thinking. I love when Malcolm X used to speak of segregation, right? I am all uh for what do you call it? Separate but equal, right? I'm all for separate but equal. But it will never be separate. You could never have separate but equal in this country simply because as soon as the Anglos felt like you were doing better than them, it will turn into a Black Wall Street type of situation. And your community and everything that you have built up will be bombed. It will be demolished. They will destroy it, okay? In order to keep you down, right? So in theory, separate but equal, in my opinion, I'm here for it. I really am. A lot of people don't agree with separate but equal, but I do. It's not realistic in this country, unfortunately. But I'm here for it. I'm with it. Okay, you leave us alone, we leave you alone. All right, I'm here for that. But that can never be because they feel a sense of entitlement for you, and then you got a lot of black people that that literally hate themselves. They don't feel worthy unless they're in the presence of the Anglos, and that's unfortunate. There's so much self hate, and there's so much taught self hate, right? And cause like, say you cut on the TV, right? The first thing you see is an Anglo, right? They're when it comes to women, they put the Anglo woman on a pedestal, right? No, but the whole time the Anglo woman wants to look like you. She tans her skin. She get the BBLs. She get her lips pumped up. All the stuff that they say that they don't like about you, that's the stuff they try to mimic and emulate. Well, if they hate you so much, then why do they want to replicate you? Why do they want to even culturally appropriate your music, your food, your art, your everything? But they hate you. That is weird. What kind of mentality is that? You know, press with a young brother who uses plastic for gas. Oh wow, did he invent that? Oh wow. There was this guy, this young black man, it was years ago, and he had invented a machine that turned air, H2O, into water, right? And I seen that video years and years ago, but I had never heard anything else about his invention or him. And I always wonder what happened to that little fella. Did they do something to him? Like what happened to him? Cause he just like disappeared. I don't know if y'all ever heard about that or not, but I he turned air into water.